All right.
Go ahead.
I feel like we need to discuss two things because there were three quarterbacks that played at NRG Stadium yesterday.
Yeah.
One of them was good. Two of them are awful, except one's a good running back as well, and Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yep.
So this is the thing. The death by 1,000 cuts. It's great between the 20s. It's death by 1,000 cuts turns into death by soggy noodle. Like they're trying to beat you, Sean. It's like if I try is soggy noodles. I got 4 strands of spaghetti, and I'm just gonna. They're named Bo Nix and Nick Chubb, and I'm just gonna try to whip you over the head with these soggy noodles.
I gotta tell you,
how's that taste?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I think I know where you're going with this, but I'm not really intimidated by that very much.
Exactly. So the Texans' inability. I mean, I should call it an ability. To not score from the 1-yard line? You know how hard it is to not score from the 1-yard line?
I saw you on KHOU say that, and I laughed last night.
Like, what did I say?
You said that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you said you did that. Basically that. Like it's hard to not score on 6 tries from inside the 2-yard line.
From the 1-yard line, you have a 53% chance on any given play to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
From the 2-yard line, you have approximately a 45% chance to score a touchdown on any given play.
Yeah.
The Texans have had if you go from the Bucks to this game, how many total opportunities? 6, 10 plays at the 1-yard line or 2-yard line, and they've come up with nothing.
Yeah. They had a few in the Seattle game, too, towards the end of the game.
That's right. That's right.
If you want to pile on.
It's ridiculously easy to score from the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
And this is, it's so bad and ugly and stupid. It's really frustrating. So that was while CJ was in the game.
Yeah.
And CJ did a good job of working his way down the field. Death by 1,000 cuts, death by 1,000 cuts. But they get down to the 1-yard line. And Sean, I wasn't even joking. I think people thought that was a funny joke. But I was dead serious when on the second time yesterday's game, when they got down to the Collins reached out with the ball, I thought that's too close. That's too close.
Yeah,
if you're not going all the way in, get back to the 5 or 10.
That's what I
Give
thought,
him some room
too.
to work.
When Xavier Hutchinson got that penalty on second down, remember they tried the little pop sweep there to Nico on second and goal at the 2, and Nico didn't get in, but they're like holding number 19. I'm like, genius, Xavier Hutchinson. Back us all the way up to the 11.
Yes.
We got a way better shot of punching it in from the 11.
That's just football IQ right there.
Than the 2. That was really
They
smart.
at Iowa State.
Yep.
So that part, and this married with, it felt to me so much on that first drive, especially with watch my language, 2 fullback dives.
Yeah.
The fullback dive is a nice little rhythm changer. It catches the defense by surprise.
Yeah.
The rhythm's off. So you sometimes you just cram the fullback in there because the timing of everybody is you're playing your blocks waiting for the tailback to get it. When you do it twice in a row, you lose that rhythm-changing surprise.
Well, it's different, too, when there's all that clutter down near the goal. Remember that game? I forget which game it was. I know they won the game because I was happy about it. They used British Brooks on short yardage situations, like around midfield, to keep the chains moving. It's different using it when you're keeping the chains moving and the defense is...
Everybody's spread out a little bit.
It's a little spread out compared to the goal line.
Oh, my gosh. The first play on the goal line, everybody was in. All 11 offensive players right in there.
Yeah.
Second time they tried it, I think they had Woody Marks. Was Woody Marks in on that one, or was it Chubb? It was Chubb. Greenlaw comes up, and this is why I get frustrated with D'Amico saying after the game that it's about will when you're down there. You know, Dre Greenlaw versus British Brooks isn't about will. That's about Drake freaking Greenlaw. It's Dre Greenlaw. D'Amico knows Dre Greenlaw.
Do you want to hear D'Amico say that? Should we play it for the audience just to contextualize?
I don't want to get mad at D'Amico, but there's an element here where it felt like the football guy mentality of like, we just gonna want it more than them. You know, Sean, if I tell you to go fight Dre Greenlaw, I incentivize you, tell you I'll give you $1 billion, and Dre Greenlaw gets nothing.
That would give me some willpower.
You would have willpower.
Yeah,
you would be committed to it, and Dre Greenlaw would kick your ass.
What?
Yes, for 37 cents he would do it.
You're probably right.
I mean, there's a point where you got to say, listen, lining up and proving that we're tough and proving we can do it. Yeah. No, you cannot.
Yep.
You don't have the horses. You can't win, Rob.
It's It's an Adrian Balboa situation, is what it is. All right, so
Except he's right this time.
I've got major issues with D'Amico Ryans this morning that I'll get to.
Yeah, we should play the
here. I'm going to play I'm going to play what you're talking about right here. There's two things with D'Amico Ryans and just the lens through which he views his offense right now, I think is a major issue for this team, whether it's individual players or the offense as a whole. Because I know Nick Caley's calling the plays, but D'Amico Ryans is setting the tone. You know, when they go into a goal-to-go situation, I don't think he's just outsourcing it completely to Caley. I think he's telling Caley, like, look, let's pound it in, find your four best run plays, and let's run this thing in from the one. When they are not that team. Here's D'Amico Ryans. This was his opening statement yesterday after the Texans' 18-15 loss to the Denver Broncos.
To start for us, it wasn't good enough. We were in the red zone multiple times as an offense there at the 1-yard line, had multiple opportunities to get it in. That's just about, it's sheer willpower. To me, it's at the 1-yard line. We got to find a way to, displace guys at the line of scrimmage and punch the football in, right? And that's what it takes. In that situation, we didn't get it done. Multiple other opportunities in the red zone, we came up short. Right? We made it in the red zone 3 times. I'd like to see us convert and get in the end zone versus a really good Denver team. Credit to those guys. They did an outstanding job. Defensively, they did a good job of getting stops. They needed to get stops. We didn't play well in the red zone. We didn't play well on 3rd down. So if you don't win in those situational, critical moments of the game, it's going to be hard to win.
There's a few things here. The big picture thing about not knowing what your team is. You don't have that team, dude. Not against this defense.
Did you see that big fat fake J.J. Watt?
Zach Allen.
My God.
He was all over the place, man. So you are not that team. I don't know what you're looking at that says you can just line up against the Denver Broncos and just pound the ball 4 times and get in the end zone, all right? And I don't know what the QB sneak from the 2-yard line was with Davis Mills. I don't know what the hell that was. That's
just the thing that Davis went rogue. He decided to glory himself.
Yeah. So there's that. So that's the goal to go stuff. In fact, let's stick there for a second. This was a team that was without Patrick Surtain. I think it was you that said it to me.
Yes, I said that. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, okay, where's the one area of the defense that Patrick Surtain's absence hurts the least for the Broncos?
Yeah.
Oh, right up the middle on goal line.
Yes.
You got a backup Abrams drain cornerback filling in for him, who looks like he weighs about all 142 pounds. And you've got these gigantic redwood wide receivers and options and what have you. And it just, but it's that. You're right. It's the physical matchup of your offensive line versus those defensive linemen.
What have you been watching?
They are manlier than you.
Yes.
They are tougher than you. There's no part of you proving how tough you guys are by getting manhandled in that fashion. And by the way, it's not just the offensive line, because it's not like those guys were getting blown back. You don't have the running backs either.
Right.
Nick Chubb, British Brooks, twice in a row to British Brooks. See, I'm looking at the play-by-play. I was laughing as you were setting up that last one because it's 0-yard run, 0-yard run.
It looks
0-yard run,
yeah.
4-yard penalty for a rhythm changer.
Yep. So that was the goal-to-go stuff. And by the way, this isn't like an isolated thing. This is, as you pointed out, it was an issue in the Bucs game. It was an issue in the Seahawks game. It's been an issue. Scoring touchdowns has been an issue in the 5 losses that the Texans have scored 4 of their 5 losses. And honestly, like a couple of them, like one was a garbage touchdown at the end of the game against the Seahawks. One was a touchdown where the Bucs might have been letting Nick Chubb score. You know, like you, and another was a 1-play drive that's a bomb to Nico. Like this team's inability to put together sustained drives to score touchdowns over the course of their 5 losses is a joke. And for D'Amico Ryans to look at this to look at the offense and say, let's pound it up in there and score a touchdown. To look at Jalen Noel and have him get 1 touch in a game like this. To look at Daria Gumbawale and say he should be in there on offense. The self-evaluation of this coaching staff as to what they should be putting out there offensively and what they should be doing offensively is a joke.
I can't criticize the coaches for not getting Jalen Noel the ball more, because Davis Mills was the quarterback for the vast majority of the game, and he was confused as hell. He didn't know where the hell to go with the ball.
Okay.
They went 15 straight 3rd downs without converting a 3rd down. 15!
Yeah.
15!
Yeah.
They were 3 for 17, and CJ had at least 2 of those.
CJ had 2. Davis had 1. Davis had 1. Davis had 1.
Good for you.
Yeah, Davis.
Good for you, Davis Mills. He looked like a rookie out there. He didn't know what the hell he was looking at.
Yeah, I think D'Amico said we converted 3 third downs on the first drive, then didn't the rest of the game. One of them was actually a 4th down they converted.
So this is the problem. This is the problem because I hesitate to criticize play calling because it's always easy in hindsight to say, but okay. The Tampa game, you get down to the goal line and you're in gun the entire time.
Yeah.
This game, and you want to run it up the gut 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, might you be perhaps setting up a play action?
Well,
could you do something? Like, what is did you even have a plan past the first failed attempt?
Yeah, this is, and what makes it even more frustrating, that Ravens game, and I know it was against the Skeleton Crew, but that I was so encouraged by that game just based on the things they were doing as a team, granted against an inferior opponent. But remember down at the goal line in that game?
Yeah.
They had the play where they fake tossed to Woody Marks and then flipped it out to Jalen Noel, and it looks so
a little bit of misdirection.
Like things that other teams do. Things that when you sit and watch Red Zone during the post-game show, like Clint and I do, and you're watching teams that aren't great teams. Like the Raiders are not a great team. But they were piecing yesterday. Like that Jags-Raiders game, I'm like, okay, it's the Jags and the Raiders. But the final score was 30-29. Like they were doing things, pretty basic things that it looked like any team should be able to do on offense. But the Texans cannot even come close to doing on offense. This offense is a joke.
It's ridiculous.
It's a joke.
It is. It's hilarious. They are. I mean, you watch that game. Once it became Davis Mills versus Bo Nix, it became all about Sean Payton to me. Because Sean Payton, look, he doesn't have a good. Bo Nix is not a good quarterback. I don't care what the hell anybody's trying to propagandize me with. Did you see his deep balls?
He's Will Levis.
I mean, every single one. He had Sutton wide open, and that wasn't even that great of a throw. No. If Stingley hadn't gotten beat at the line there, and that wasn't Bullock's fault, I don't believe. I think Stingley thought Sutton was going to try to work back to the outside. Yep. But I mean, it was awful. The Bullock interception was a badly thrown ball. That wasn't it. Good job by Bullock with the ball skills to get it. But he's not a good quarterback. No. He can do some fun little things and he can run, obviously. But that's all. That was all Sean Payton. So you had Sean Payton on the other side of the ball. News alert: much better offensive coordinator than Nick Caley. Because you're right. So because so much of it, while CJ was in the game, you can still look at their inability to score at the goal line. Lost them the game.
Lost them the game. 100% lost them the game.
It's a magnificent defense, and it's being wasted.
If you had scored on even one of those drives, the game is even more on Bo Nix's shoulders.
Yeah.
They were there was a one-score game for most of it, inside of a one-score game, really all day long. And so you get a second score, and they're behind by 2 touchdowns. Then now you're putting it more on Bo Nix. We cannot get through the open of this show, though, without getting to the end of the game. And this plays into the theme of what exactly does D'Amico Ryans think his team is, or what did he think they were yesterday at the end of the game? And I saw him getting killed for this. I was glad to see him getting killed for this outside of Houston because I thought I was maybe being a little over the top. I was sitting next to you, and I wasn't sure if you were getting sick of me or not, harping on how did they just run 3 plays and only burn 20 seconds off the clock?
And to set it up, just to put it as simply as possible, if they had run 3 plays and not gotten a first down, they could have run the clock down to about 20 seconds, and Denver would have no timeouts.
Denver had 2 timeouts. There's a minute 14 to go.
Yeah.
13-yard line.
13-yard line.
I can recite a chapter and verse.
So a team that had just gone 3 and out 5 times, or punted 5
times. Punted 5 times.
They punted 5
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 4 and out, 5 and out. They ran 18 plays.
They ran 18 plays in 5 drives. Punted 5 times in a row. They're on their own 13-yard line. They've got a little bit over a minute.
Yep.
And your plan is to get a first down.
Yeah.
And maybe get into field goal range.
No chance.
So versus draining the clock down, punting with 20 seconds left.
Yep. Going to overtime.
Denver might get the ball with like 15 seconds and no timeouts or whatever. They wouldn't be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And then at least you could get some field position perhaps with a kickoff return or what have
you're
you.
Back
or
out.
anything. Something where you're better than the 13-yard line.
Something where you're not at risk of giving them a chance to win the game.
This is what
they did.
This is what Sean Payton would have done.
Right.
Sean Payton would have just run the ball, and maybe you get the first down, and even better. You know?
Yeah.
But they're just, but you give them an opportunity.
You throw an incomplete pass, you throw a ball to a rookie who runs out of bounds, and you throw a third incomplete pass, and now Denver's got the ball. You ran 24 seconds off the clock, and Denver's got the ball with 50 seconds on their own 35-yard line. And all they got to do is get into field goal range. And they have 2 timeouts. They didn't even use their 2 timeouts.
They used one just to set up the field goal.
They were standing there at the end of the game waiting to call their final timeout. They're waiting for the clock to run down.
Yeah, that was
horrific.
If you had just run the ball and punted, it would have even been less than 20 seconds.
It would have been.
The punt itself would have taken
10 seconds. We were doing the math on the post game.
I would most be 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, what are you watching? What are you looking at?
What are you watching?
What have you seen of Davis Mills and his big doe eyes and his confusion in sailing balls over wide open Christian Kirks that you thought something was going to happen?
Let's play it real quick because it's a quick cut. This was D'Amico Ryans on the decision making on the last drive.
Yeah, the thought there, we wanted to get some quick passes to get us moving. We're trying to drive down.
Me too.
And, of course, try to get in field goal range but to have a couple quick incompletions, it was not the plan at all for us.
You have to run something. You have to run something on first down that keeps the clock moving. You have to run something on first down that forces Sean Payton into a decision himself. You have to. You hand the ball off. You do something, a screen pass. You don't drop back and take the guy who has, to your point, run 18 plays in 5 series and hope that he completes a pass against a defense that has shut you down the entire second half.
I think D'Amico's positive attitude might be getting the better out of him when it comes to evaluating his offense.
You nailed it.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
It's just like there's certain things you can't will your way to. I'll tell you honestly, there's a lot of people listening right now that have way more will and grit and determination than 90% of NFL players. And none of them can actually play in the NFL. Most of them are like, one is an accountant, another is a housewife, another is a retired police officer. It's just like physical ability, man.
It has the grittiest post woman you've ever seen.
Yes,
Miss Stevenson gets after it.
Yeah.
Cannot protect to save her life. Yeah.
There is an absence of a lack of talent. They have talent. And I'm trying to. I could easily write this off as all right. Well, it's your backup quarterback.
No,
really good.
It's all freaking season.
Listen, I could, except for the fact that even when CJ was in there, you can't do anything. No. Look, what am I? Did I expect Davis Mills to do anything great versus that defense? I did not, but I also hope that at the very least he could get some help from his offensive coordinator and his head coach.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to look like that.
Yeah, I honestly, Bo Nix is going to drive Sean Payton crazy because Sean Payton's doing a good enough job with that he's not a good quarterback.
No, he's not.
Why do people keep telling me he's good?